Greetings, Quester, and welcome to Tiny Meeples' Big Talk with Matt and Richard.
Okay, now it's time for another Tiny Meeples Big Talk. Now, if you've ever tuned into CW's The Flash, starring Grant Gustin as Barry Allen, The Flash.
I sure haven't.
You haven't? I certainly have.
Okay.
Now, viewers of The Flash will be very familiar with The Flash's claim at the start of every episode that he is indeed the fastest man alive. But is it true? That's what one of the things that we started to think about. And then we thought, well, let's take a look at who is actually faster than The Flash.
Although this guy's a hedgehog, so it wouldn't really harm the claim too much.
It wouldn't. But a quick check showed actually there are plenty of other characters who have surpassed his speed. Even in the TV show, there's been in the TV show? Even in that TV show, there's ones like Zoom and Reverse Flash, Earbart Thorn, that have been faster than the Flash.
Actually,
and he's had to use his wits and sometimes teammates and other things to help overcome.
So he wasn't using his speed; he was using his wits.
Still using his speed, but he couldn't win on speed alone.
So
he wasn't the fastest man alive. But then we thought, well, let's just not look at a big list of all these different characters. Let's do something a little bit more different. So we decided to take 3 characters and put them in a race to see who would be the fastest. Mm-hmm. So the 3 ones, obviously, the Flash.
Yep, there's Flash.
Quicksilver.
Yeah.
From the world of Marvel.
X-Men.
Yep. And Sonic the Hedgehog. Just to be a little bit different. We thought we'd go with Sonic the Hedgehog versus the Flash versus the Quicksilver in a 3-way race to determine who is the fastest.
Well, Quicksilver, there's a few, like even on the films, there's 2 different modern incarnations of him.
There's the Fox version of him, isn't there, in the X-Men films?
When he's the twin.
Well, actually,
of that.
now there's only 1 version of him.
Yeah,
there was 2 at one point.
He still was in the film.
Yeah, but
I know he died.
There's no longer a second version concurrent, is there?
Alright, so it's just the one that listens to music while saving everybody. The Sweet Dreams one.
He was the one I decided to use as the...
He is really cool.
Yeah.
I like that one.
It was pretty good. Yeah. So I thought what we'll do is we'll put them in 3 separate races. Okay, because obviously there's different
So it's a time
versions.
trial. Not
a time trial.
Oh,
but there's different versions of each character, isn't there? As you've pointed out, there was even 2 on screens in recent years. So we thought we'd take the original Sonic the Hedgehog.
What, Master System? Mega Drive?
Mega Drive.
Alright.
From the original Sonic game. We'd go with the original Sonic, the original Quicksilver, and with the original Flash. Now,
was that
the original Flash...
not Barry Allen?
Isn't Barry Allen? No, we're talking now Jay Garrick.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, so we've got Jay Garrick versus Quicksilver and Sonic the Hedgehog for the first race.
Quicksilver from the comics, then? If you're saying the original Quicksilver.
The original Quicksilver.
Okay.
That's going to be the first race. Then in the second race, we're going to have the Flash from the CW series from the season 1 right up until episode 16 of season 2. Now, there's a reason for that. We'll come to that later.
I did kind of find out some stuff. Did he lose his powers?
No.
Oh, okay.
So we've got the Flash from season 1 and most of season 2.
Okay.
Against Sonic Unleashed.
Oh, right.
Sonic
nice.
Unleashed game.
Where is okay, that one.
And Quicksilver from the Fox film.
Right.
That's race 2.
Okay.
And then we're going to put him in a third race, which is just going to be the maximum recorded speed of those characters. So we're going to have...
So there can be any incarnation?
The fastest, the very fastest of each incarnation.
Right, okay.
So the fastest Quicksilver, the fastest Sonic, which is the Hyper Shaddick Sonic.
Alright, yeah.
And the Flash again from the comic books. But the reason we're doing this is because the Flash has such wildly different speeds at different comics that it was good to put a couple of different versions of them against other versions of the other characters to see what would happen in each of those cases, because it does affect things quite dramatically.
Isn't the Flash kind of time travel and stuff? It's weird, like just from pure speed.
Well, it could. He can. Are you suggesting he's going to go back in time and cheat.
No. I was just thinking, like, he's the one.
It's a valid suggestion, but we know Barry Allen wouldn't do that.
Well, he's the one that started this whole idea off, and it's like he's the one that has wildly different speeds, and there seems to be weird kind of physics that goes on with his speed as well.
So Richard, and I know you're not massively familiar with all of these characters, but you are familiar with them to some extent. What would your initial thoughts be if we said Jay Garrick versus Quicksilver and the original Quicksilver and the original Sonic the Hedgehog?
Well, I would have gone with Jay Garrick because
for first place.
For first place. Yeah, I think you could go him and then Quicksilver and then Sonic, because Sonic originally wasn't incredibly fast. I mean, it's like more later on, I think, that Sonic's speed became a massive thing, because like you could smash those little TVs and get the power sneakers and then go quite fast. But at that point, there wasn't like the cutscenes and stuff like you get later on. That's got him like whizzing around the planet and things like that. Now, as for the other two, just thinking about it, Jay Garrick, was he using the Speed Force at this point, or was it? Is that kind of what it's from?
I'm taking Jay Garrick from the point of him without using the Speed Force.
Okay, well, that's a bit different then.
Because it's interesting. He does end up at one point in the comics. He ends up not having the ability to use the Speed Force, but he can still travel at super speed. Okay,
right. So,
and that's the version that I've been tracking here.
Well, in that case, then I'd say for that version, then I think Quicksilver would probably win.
So you're saying Quicksilver,
then the Flash,
and
then Sonic. Yeah, that's going to be my.
So you're calling it. So you're going Quicksilver, Jay Garrick, and Sonic. Okay.
Yeah, that's going to be mine.
Do you want to know how? I mean, I crunched some numbers here.
What, you didn't actually watch the
real science? Yep. I have
yeah.
crunched some numbers, and here's what I found. Even without access to the Speed Force, Jay Garrick could travel at 770 miles per hour.
Wow.
Which is pretty fast. Which just
actually, how many?
770 miles per hour without access to the Speed Force.
All right, that's kind of a normal kind of speed, though, isn't it?
It's not for me and you, is it?
No,
but it's not insane.
It's not like not getting into like relativistic things at that point.
So in that race between those three, Jay Garrick comes first.
Okay.
Yeah. And then you were partly right.
All right.
Because second place is tied.
Oh, is it?
Yep. The original Sonic the Hedgehog could travel at 767 miles per hour.
Okay.
And the original Quicksilver could travel at Mach 1.
Which is
about 767 miles per hour.
Right, so yeah, they probably would just about.
So we're saying that those two are going to tie.
Great. Okay, so the Flash and then Quicksilver and Sonic.
Yep, which I think is quite a nice result.
Why did Sega ever write down that the original Sonic could travel at that speed?
So that's what we've found with those. Now, on to our next race. So now we've got the Flash, Barry Allen, from Season 1 right up to Season 2, Episode 16 of The Flash. Mm-hmm. We've got Sonic Unleashed, and we've got Quicksilver.
Is Sonic Unleashed the one where you could be a werewolf?
Yes.
Okay. That was quite a fun game.
Yeah. My little boy loves that game. Yeah. My oldest boy, Perrin, as you know, is obsessed with Sonic the Hedgehog.
Yeah, which is why we've got the little Sonic and Tails here.
Yeah. So we've got. What do you think then?
Right. So I'm assuming the Flash can use the Speed Force.
The Flash has got the Speed Force at this point. Barry Allen.
Yeah. So he's going to be faster. Quicksilver, we're going with him as being from
the Fox film.
From Age of Ultron. That's when he was
not from Age of Ultron. You're thinking of the Marvel Universe.
Oh, sorry, from the Fox one. Oh, so this one, yeah, he is the one with the music then.
Yep. And that great scene where he slows down time.
That was incredibly fast because like people were just not moving and he was going around the whole thing. And also in that other film he saved everybody from the explosion and moved them all outside. So Which I have to imagine, like, being moved at that kind of force would do as much damage to your body as the explosion. But I'm not gonna talk about that.
If he didn't sort of support the neck, I suppose.
But he did support the neck when he was moving her around. Who was it? Mystique around. He was always doing that, and I really like that aspect of the film because you don't want inconsistencies and things like that to be in the face.
Not in our whimsical fancy. No.
No. You suspend disbelief to a certain amount, and after that, they've got to. You can't just have anything goes.
That's right.
We've already kind of accepted that mutants can exist, even though it makes no sense in thermodynamics or anything like that. But
in this scenario, we're also accepting that hedgehogs can travel at super speed. So
yeah. And
so,
that a scientist could steal all the woodland creatures. There's a game I've played recently called 10 Second Ninja, and they're basically kind of taking off other games a little bit, and it's got kind of a Dr. Robotnik type baddie at the beginning, and he's saying like, I've captured all your woodland creature friends, all of them, it took ages. And he'd made them into robots like Robotnik would, but it's kind of a ridiculous world anyway. But I say they're all faster at that point.
They are. We are talking in each race. We're talking increased speed levels. Although,
I'm going to say that it would be the same though, because I think it'd be the same order of running. Except I would say that Quicksilver would be faster than Sonic. I think it would be Flash, Quicksilver, Sonic.
Okay, interesting. Now, this is where it gets slightly technical in the sense that. If we go back to the X-Men film, the scene that we already mentioned where time stops, the guards are shooting.
And it makes people punch themselves.
Now we can work out roughly his speed, how fast he was travelling from the bullets. Now that would suggest, and there's a guy that's done a brilliant write-up about the physics of that scene. And the trajectories and the speed velocities.
Right, so you can work it out.
So following his logic, it seems that in that scene, Quicksilver was travelling at around 20,000 miles per hour.
Okay, that is quite a lot faster then.
Now, if you allowed for quite a number of variables, it means that he was still going somewhere in the region of 10,000, 9,000 miles per hour. And that's that's cutting your speed down quite a lot by saying, well, this could be this variable, this could be that variable.
Yeah.
So taking that into account, up until in episode 16 of season 2 of The Flash, it was stated that Barry Allen was going at 2,534 miles per hour, and that was his top speed at that point.
What's that, his top speed?
At that point, yeah.
Oh, that's not great.
So I'll come back to that again in a minute.
So flipping slow.
So the guy that's the fastest man alive, 2,534 miles per hour. Again, at that point in season 2, episode 16.
Right.
So, based on that, we know that Sonic Unleashed can travel at 3,000 miles per hour.
Whoa! So it's actually opposite then. So
Quicksilver would come first in this particular race,
and then Sonic,
and then
the fastest man alive is slower than a hedgehog.
Yeah. Now I love that show. I mean, it is an amazing show. Grant Gustin portrays the Flash so well, and I think it's insane that he wasn't chosen to be in the Justice League film, and they've got Ezra Miller, because Grant Gustin to me epitomizes everything that's good about the Flash. So
apart from being fast,
apart from being the fastest man alive at times, but he just portrays it so well, and I love the way that show runs, and it's just brilliant. It's got a lot of superhero show cheesiness in it, but it's not too much. But it really gets you in the feels sometimes. Right in the feels.
So that's why you've been crying with a bottle of whiskey when I come around here sometimes.
So if in our second race, Quicksilver is first, Sonic Unleashed is second, and early CW Flash is in third. However, by episode 18 of season 2, he'd increased his speed dramatically to over 10,000 miles per hour.
Okay, but still not really as fast as Quicksilver.
It depends, because we're looking with Quicksilver at a calculation that's between 9,000 and 3,000.
He
So if
didn't
we
seem
take him,
to be going at his top. He
yeah,
seemed pretty relaxed in that scene.
he did. So it could well be that he might just make it into first in that scenario, but at very least is going to surpass Sonic and push Sonic into third and move into second place.
Okay.
Now is where we're going to look at the maximum recorded speed of each of the three characters.
Yeah.
Right.
If it's the Flash has done some ridiculous speeds in the comics, hasn't he? I mean, because I was looking some of this up last night, and like sometimes he's gone so fast that he's gone back in time, like I was mentioning, and I don't know if they have that as being like faster than light. I mean, unless he has something to reduce mass and kinetic energy, then I mean that is physically impossible. But in the world of comic books, maybe that means he's going back in time. So yeah, I think there are some ridiculous speeds going to be clocked up for that.
This is a high speed event.
Yeah.
So predictions?
Well, I would predict that the Flash would be the one where they would have written the highest speeds for him, because they want him to be seen as being the fastest man alive. And isn't there something where he says to Superman, or he says in a
Hawk Girl.
Superman,
he says
to Hawk Girl that he can see, what is it, like a billionth of a trillion?
Oh,
no, it's a quintillionth of a second, isn't it? You can see
attosecond.
Attosecond, that's it, and that's what that means, isn't it? Like
so I was thinking something else. I thought you were going to say when he said to Hawk Girl that he's the fastest man alive, and she says to him, maybe that's why you can't get a date.
Yeah. Yeah, if you go around saying that to everybody all the time, yeah. But yeah, he said about the attosecond, and that is a ridiculously small amount of time. So that's what he can perceive.
Yeah.
But obviously, we're talking about what he can travel. So.
But his perception is tied into his travel, because his perception is the idea of super speed is that your mind speeds up and your perception speeds up, so that otherwise you would kill yourself, because your body would be traveling too fast for human reflexes and human thought to control where you're going. So you just keep speeding up until you went into something and died because you weren't in control of yourself anymore. The speed processes speed up so that you can think relative to your speed.
Well, that's kind of what I was thinking. So just the fact that he'd said that means that he probably is travelling at ridiculous speeds, like physically. So
and we'll come to how ridiculous soon.
Well,
so you're putting the Flash at the top this time, are you, or in the middle?
Well, I do that a lot, but I think if for things as written down, I would say it would be Flash, then Quicksilver, then Sonic. I keep putting Sonic down at the bottom because the games seem to be about so much more than just his speed.
Yeah.
Whereas with these other characters, the Flash, like, he is the star of his comics.
Yeah.
Whereas Quicksilver is kind of somebody in the X-Men universe, and although the speed is his thing, it's not like they're having to write constantly about speed all the time. There is a little bit more to the X-Men comics than that, so just barely based on the purpose of each one, I would say that we go Flash, Quicksilver, and then Sonic. But I know you're about to read some things that are probably going to make me quite mad, just from what I know about Minkowski space-time.
Yeah. Okay, so in first place for the all-out Speed Fest is the Flash.
Yes,
it is Barry Allen.
Finally got one.
Do you want to know how ridiculously fast he was travelling in that speed?
Well, part of me wants to know. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, there are things in the comics that would suggest he's travelled at 13 trillion times the speed of light. 13
I was worried about him going
times.
about slightly faster than the speed of light. But 13
trillion times the speed of light.
So the speed of light is 300 million meters a second. So yeah, that is some kind of ridiculous speed. Yeah,
he ends up in one comic where he's able to run that fast. He can travel to different planets and things like that, and different universes. So his speed at that point is genuinely not just the fastest man, but the fastest thing alive.
Oh yeah, because a photon
So,
is the fastest
yeah.
thing in our universe.
So he is travelling at ridiculous speed. So in this all-out speed fest, the Flash does come top. Barry Allen does win that one. Second,
Nice.
it's not Quicksilver.
It's not.
It's not.
How fast is Sonic?
Hypershadow Sonic.
I
he
forgot
can
it was Hypershadow.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
no.
Hypershadow Sonic, which means he's got all the power of the Chaos Emeralds, and he's traveling he's traveling at super speed.
Right.
Hypershadow Sonic can travel at 45 million times the speed of light.
Pretty slow compared to the Flash.
It is.
But for a hedgehog, it's pretty damn fast.
Yeah, well, as far as hedgehogs go, he's definitely getting all the girls, isn't he? With that kind of speed.
Well, he seems to just be obsessed with gold rings and chili dogs.
Yeah.
But I mean, he can get all of them.
Then Quicksilver is obviously in third.
Yeah.
How far behind Sonic and the Flash do you think Quicksilver is in this one?
I'm hoping it's a long way. I hope it's subluminal, because I just hate all this faster than speed of light stuff that's going on.
Well, you're not going to like this then.
Okay, no, I'm not going to like it. So how many times the speed of light can he travel?
Well, bear in mind that Flash can travel at 13 trillion times the speed of light, and Hypershadow Sonic can travel at 45 million times the speed of light. Quicksilver's bringing it home with Mach 5.
I like him.
So,
That's better. Mach 5.
like 5 times the speed of light. Speed of sound, sorry.
Yeah, the speed of sound is
Yeah,
alright. It's alright
Mach
to beat
5.
the speed of sound. You just get Sonic Boom and then
Yeah.
that's cool.
So we're not saying that Quicksilver isn't fast. And
No.
certainly in the films, it's been depicted as travelling at incredible speeds. And I say that.
And it's normally funny when he does it.
Yeah, and that scene in the Fox film where he's getting people to hit themselves, and you know when you see him travelling at speed, he effectively is stopping time, isn't it? And he is, because it's going so fast.
Well, it's because we see it from his
Point. Yeah, what I mean is, yeah. So, and that was just an absolutely amazing scene. There was a scene early on in the Flash series as well where that was great like that, because you saw Barry Allen coming into a train carriage that was tumbling off the rails,
Right.
and you see him sort of coming in like up the side of the wall, grabbing people and getting them out, and it slows down and it just looks really great. It's a great bit of
They weren't playing Angel of the Morning, were they?
No.
That's something different.
You're thinking of a different film, my friend. But so both of these, I mean, I really like all three characters. I like Quicksilver. Probably like yourself, grew up playing Sonic. My kid loves Sonic. I've actually got a Tails plushie behind me. I don't know if...
Oh, that's why he's here.
This is actually my Tails plushie. Because my son's got a Sonic plushie, and I thought, well, I want a Tails plushie.
So you're his sidekick.
But then Heather pointed out that he's going to want the kids are going to want the Tails too, right? Because there's two boys and one Sonic. So I had to buy a second Tails.
Right.
So now my kids have got their Tails, and I've got my Tails.
I remember being confused as a kid when I found out the Tails' name was Miles. I was like,
Yeah,
why?
Miles Tails.
Miles Tails Powers or something. Yeah. Why has he got an actual name like a normal person?
So I love all these characters, and it was quite interesting to see some of their speeds. I was surprised that on Ultimate Speed that Sonic came second. I actually felt that Sonic has done fairly well in this, because in the first race he tied for second with Quicksilver. In the second race, as Sonic Unleashed, he actually beat CW's The Flash and took second place. And in the third one, he's not only beaten, but well and truly and convincingly beaten Quicksilver into second as Hypershadow Sonic.
Yeah.
The Flash, I was quite pleased at the end that he won one. So we've got, in first place, we've got the ultimate powered speed of the Flash.
So he is
for the last
sometimes
race.
the fastest man alive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He won the third race as Barry Allen's version of the Flash won the third. Quicksilver from the Fox film won the second, and Jay Garrick won the first. But the first one was so closely tied; it was unbelievable.
Yeah.
The fact that Quicksilver and Sonic were the same speed, it was just incredible.
It's just like writers playing a game of who can think of the highest number.
Yeah. But it was just great that Jay Garrick... I mean, that would be a really great race to watch if someone ever took that and made that, wouldn't it? Because he's just sort of like slightly faster. but enough to get that edge.
If you're watching it, you wouldn't have much time to eat your snacks and
Yeah.
TV, would you?
So, this is again, I think what we've done here, we've not just looked at some figures, we've changed lives.
Basically, I think we have, yeah.
We've certainly given Sonic the respect he deserves.
Yeah. Yeah, it is basically what we've done now a bit for animal welfare, really, haven't we?
Yeah. No hedgehogs were harmed in the making of this simulated race.
Yeah, it's a thought experiment.
Yes.
It's like people poisoning cats.
Yeah.
So
yeah, because cats, if you put a cat in a box, it could be alive, dead, or furious.
Yeah, basically. But I think my favourite out of those, or personally, my favourite will be Sonic because, like you say, we grew up playing the games. But I think Quicksilver should get some kind of an award for being fast, but without breaking the laws of physics too badly.
I mean, it could just be that. I mean, it has been said that his max speed is Mach 5, but he might just not be bragging about it.
I think he just doesn't want to tell the professor how fast he can really go.
It could be that he knows full well that if he does end up admitting his full speed, Wolverine's going to send him to China for Chinese food.
Yeah, that's the kind of thing, actually. He'd be exploited by the other X-Men. His friend...
We are a little bit worried about Quicksilver's well-being at this stage, aren't we?
I mean, he's got worse friends than the others.
Yeah.
That's basically the problem.
Well, Sonic's got Tails. Tails and Knuckles will always look after Sonic. They've always got his back.
He's got an ever-expanding group of people.
Flash has got the Flash family, hasn't he?
Yeah, Flash has got...
Kid Flash and Jesse Quick and
all
Jay
the
Garrick
Justice League
as
well.
He's got Batman.
Yeah, and Batman would never kind of make him do something ridiculous, I don't think. Some other people...
He probably would, but just because he could.
Yeah, he'd probably have some reason for it that will make the rest of the Justice League really angry and hate him for a while. That's normally what happens.
Yeah. So, there we are. I actually really enjoyed looking at this, and because I say Sonic, like you said, we grew up playing the Sonic games and really loved the Sonic character. But I also really liked Quicksilver, and I loved the Flash TV, especially with the TV series. But I've always liked the Flash as a character in comics and cartoons. Yeah. So this has just been a real great time for me. Again, I didn't care who was going to win. I just wanted to do these characters justice. And as I say, we've got Sonic. It came second in all three of these races. One of them is tied, but he came second in all three. And then everyone else got a victory as well. So it was...
Everybody had fun.
Everybody had fun. Everybody takes home an award.
Yeah.
Apart from Robotnik.
I didn't actually quite get that we were going to do it like this, but yeah, that's been good actually, just to race those three characters against each other. Yeah. Rather than just talk about all the fast characters there are in the world.
Yeah.
And the fake world.
Yeah.
Which is more real to us. Yeah, multiverse. Yeah.
Of course, we didn't put the luggage into this race.
Yeah, well...
So maybe next time.
He can go
Although he'd
anywhere
probably
in time
eat
and space.
He'd probably eat the other contestants.
He would. Yeah. He'd wait for them to realise on their own, and then he'd just...
Yeah. So, thank you for joining us for this. We hope this one has been, again, useful to you.
It's been useful and informative. It will help you in your life.
Yeah, that's what we're aiming for. And it's on the low scale of Meddlesome, but it kept me occupied for a while.
Yeah. Yeah, so it's kind of anti-Meddlesome.
Yeah, I'm not sure that was the intent, but...
No, we'll try and get more Meddlesome.
Yeah, we'll try and meddle more.
Farewell, Quester. To find out about other productions by the Meddlesome Meeples, then check out our channel or rendezvous with us at meddlesomemeeples.com. Until next time, Quester, farewell and keep thine axe sharp.